Good morning and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we're going to do a preview today, the 6th of September, on Scottsville Racing. Before we start, there's just one few things that I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is what do Outsider Genie do? Outsider Genie is a service where I do a form analysis and I then give punters two outsiders per race that they can utilize in whatever bet that they take. I'm not a tipster per se. I do a form analysis, I give the numbers, and then the punters then take my numbers and add them to whatever play they have in terms of their pick sixes, PAs, quartets, or whatever play that they favor. Please note that this broadcast today is sponsored by Meerkat Online Auctions, which I will tell you a little bit more during the preview. If you want to receive this preview every day, just click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you will be notified um, every time that we post a video on YouTube. We are also available on Twitter, Instagram, and there is our contact details 0835855133. Please note we do offer a subscription service. The video is always for free, but with the subscription service, I give you specific details on certain numbers, which I will discuss with you just now. We do have a special offer going forward. Your normal package is 500 Rand a month. You can sign up now. Well, before on the 5th of September, but if you still sign up over the weekend, I will still give it to you at special price of 400 Rand. And then the summer season started yesterday in Gauteng, and for the next 3 months there will be a number of future races, and we are now offering you a package for the next 3 months. Now your normal cost would have been 1,500 Rand, but now if you sign up and get in for the remainder of August, including Gold Cup, and you will only pay 300 Rand per month. That is from September to the 31st of December. We can, when you subscribe to Outsider Genie, you do get the following information. You get race by race selection, outright winner, and two possible outsider selections, value bets to play each way, normally 6-1, best bet of the day. We don't give odds on, we give decent value. We have given the best bet of the day before at 13-2. We give trifectas and quartet selections. We give affordable PA. You can take that PA and add in your horses or use some of our numbers, the same with the pick six, and then you can then play accordingly. Then we also send you every day, we add you to our pay group, and then you will send a one-page document where all the information is on one page, which you can either work from or print it out if that's easier for you to work. So let's have a look at the race card today. We start up with race one. Race one is a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. And in this race, I'm not giving any selection because there's not a lot of form to work. There is a short price favorite, and that is number 10, Iron Tail. He's had 2 runs, but there's a lot of first timers in this race. And then because I'm a form analyzer, it's difficult to analyze form if there is no form. But let's have a look at the betting. I apologize for that. I had this thing lined up just now, but yeah, sometimes. While we're waiting for that, I just want to say today, if I were a punter today, I would have just maybe taken 1 or 2 bets, have a nice braai, spend time with the family, because this card today is extremely difficult. I had a hard time finding the winners on this card. Big fields, lots of horses with chances. Yeah, and yeah, maybe that was my suggestion, but I know there's some die-hard punters out there. They want to make the money and they're going to take their chances. On the other hand, this might be a card, if you can find 1 or 2 of the outsiders, you can definitely make a bit of money. So let's have a look at the betting first. Yes, Iron Tail 17 to 20, 53 to 10, 14 to 1. I mean, they're betting the top two, 14 to 1, the rest. Gamora 15 to 1, 18 to 1, 20 to 1. Cities, Spiders, Connor, Coffer, Cabinet Shuffle, Cabinet, Cabinet Shuffle 18 to 1, 20 to 1, Cafe Pacifica, King Spear 25 to 1, and 28 to 1 and longer the rest. All I want to say, I don't say Iron Tail cannot win it, but there's a lot of first timers here which we don't know the ability of. Let's move to race number 2. Here we have number 2. I just want to make a mention, just for interest sake, both the favorites in the first and second race is Garth Puller and Lyle Hewitson. You, if you want to, you might take a small double and hope for the rest. 15 to 4 Culture Club, 6 to 1 My Saving Grace, 6 to 1 Mystery Tip, Go Kitty 13 to 2, Emerald 10 to 1, Awar 14 to 1, Megan 14 to 1, Soweto All 15 to 1, Shimba Smoke 18 to 1, Vervian and the rest 22 and longer. So let's have a look at the second race then. In the second race there's a little bit more form than in the first race. Here we have number 1 Vervian. I see the old school is back again from Reesburg for Cliffy Miller. This horse has had 1 or 2 runs, been in thereabouts, but can improve. Cliffy is finding his feet there in Natal, and it might improve. Yes, Arwa, as an ex-Joburg horse, now running in Natal. This horse, you know what I like about this horse, it's already a 5-year-old mare, 14 runs, but it's drawn 2, and this horse has been running in some decent opposition back in Joburg. If you look at it, West Wing Belter is not a donkey. My Lucifer is one of few. I think Eightfold Glass is one of few. The Fifth Avenue is 1, 2, or 3 races. Here we have Queen Supreme. Eskimakisas is definitely not a donkey. And then it was off for a long time, nearly for more than a year. This horse was off. And then it came back and it ran there and thereabouts. Last time out, it improved behind Lava Lou. So this number 2, Aurawa, is definitely a horse that I would include in my play. And then let's go down a little bit. Here we have number 6, Rose of India, Jared Ruck. I really hope he can have his first winner soon. Hopefully it will be today. I see he's got some chances with runners later on in the card. Here we have Doki Zuma on -4, so the horse only carrying 54. But comes from Fairview, but has shown some pace. And I always like a horse that shows some pace because they, it shows that they have a bit of speed, and that is what you need. And it's drawn 6, not bad draw. It's down the straight. So maybe Race of India horse to include into your betting, one of your longer priced horses. Seweto Wall has run a 4th, and last time out behind Spree was there and faded, but now getting the -2.5. Also a horse you want to include into your play, perhaps. Lots of horses with chances. Megan, I think this horse had a decent debut. 6 lengths behind for the first time, but it was a bit slow. They say no show, but 6.2 lengths is not too bad. You can improve from that. That was on the poly, now for the first time on the turf. Here we get to number 12, My Saving Grace. Now, this is my choice. This horse debut behind Spree. Not too bad. It was 3rd fastest to 400, stayed on over 1,000 meters, and then and the yielding going on the 12th. It was, say, 1 pace finished, but still the 400 to finish. Not too bad, 24.3. That's still acceptable. But I think, Paul Lafferty's table is improving down the straight, so the draw is not a problem. And I think these time thieves are taking a little bit time to find their feet. But the mare is by Rebel King, who had some speed. So in my mind, I'm going for in this race for number 12, My Saving Grace, to be my outright winner. Then we have other horses, first timers, Mystery Trip. One of those horses, Muzi Yeni, always trying, there and thereabout, running places. Can surprise today and win this race. It's not impossible, but definitely inclusion in all your bets. And here we have the Favorite Culture Club. It's a jackpot filly by Fordwood. This horse, it was 10 for the 4-meter jump, didn't jump too well, was behind, and then finished 25.1. which, you know, it says here 10 at a 400 meter, but if you look at a 400 to finish, 25 to 1, it's not that fast. It's not a horse that I would run to put my money on. Not that I say the horse cannot win. I'm not criticizing the horse, but yeah, you know, this is not like a horse that you know you can put your money in. It's home Jerome. So definitely an open race. Let's then move on to race number 3, which is also a maiden plate over 1200 meters for fillies and mares. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 13, Boogie Shoes, 5 to 2. Vizo's Magic, 3 to 1. Fly Me Free, 7 to 1. 12 to 1, Blanchetta. 15 to 1, Trinadora. Palmard, 15 to 1. Kelly's Fight, 15 to 1. Seaboy, 18 to 1. Constanza, 22 to 1. Dear Julia, 28 to 1. And longer the rest. So let's have a look at this field. As again, a very open field. You know, lots of horses with chances. Yeah, definitely not a race to go big on. So let's have a look here at what we have. Okay, here we have number 1. It's a first timer. Paul Haverty, first timer. Toledo Barakin. I would be thinking that horse, this horse might want further, but being a Toledo, you know, maybe chuck into the back end of your cottage. You never know. Now, here's Fly Me Free. Now, the interesting thing is, Flying the Flag took a while to get going of his first winner, but now I think he hasn't had another 1 or 2 already. And I like this horse. I like its debut. It lagged, moved up 24.3 fastest, second fastest to 400 meters on the gravel over 1,000 meters behind Spree. I think that form behind Spree is going to work out to be maybe some of your stronger forms. And I definitely is in the camp here of number 2, Fly Me Free. Let's have a look at some other horses in this field. Let's see, number Blanchetta is already a 4-year-old, Lingari. Yeah, this horse has run a few places. Last time out third, good pace, can improve, can win the race. Countess Helen comes from Kimberley, but that debut on the Poly, not too bad, getting minus 1.5. It says slow here, 6.25 beyond Cantata Choir. But you know, this is type of horse, it's only a young horse, only a second run, can improve. Here we have a Give Me the Green Light filly by Dynasty May. I think that is nice breeding. If you play a quartet, maybe drop number 5, Dear Julian, in the back end of your quartets. I can't remember, guys. I can't discuss every horse. Then it's going to take us a while. Here we have Royal Ways, another horse from Jared the Ruck stable, and comes from PE. It looks to be like Mr. Cullinan has given Jared a few horses, and I'm glad for him. And I do hope I really do hope he win the race soon. Here we have Zuma again, -4. This horse did show a bit of speed. Last time out, it was coughing, so you can ignore that. Also a horse that you need to put in the back end of your quartets. Here we have Palmard, already a 4-year-old. Palmard had run a few places, getting a -2. Now, for a 4-year-old to get in the -2 against 3-year-old is definitely to his advantage. They've tried this horse over longer distances. And then last time at 20 to 1 on the shorter distance, then this horse showed speed, and he ran a second. And I think maybe again today over 1,200 meters, that this horse can actually, stand in the number 1 box. So number 111 Palmard, definitely inclusion in all your bets. Number 13 Boogie Shoes, or the favorite. Give Me the Green Light out by Moggy 2 Shoes by McGock. Did debut well behind Magical Lee. There's already been 3 winners. It's a very strong form line, and it's definitely with a chance. That is why it's the favorite. So, yeah, do include in all your bets. 14 Seaborn, Danish Dreyer stable, can definitely improve on the debut. It says mouth hurt, short, and I do think Seaborn today is going to run a much more forward race definitely include in all your play. So let's now move on to race number 4. Let's have a look at the betting. First leg of the pick 6. I think if you can catch the pick 6 today, you'll be in the money. Here we have number 5, Impartial 33 to 10. Number 4, Sugar and Spice 9 to 2. Tonight's Fight 95 to 1. Captain Ariano 9 to 1. Sanctity, Sunset, whatever, 11 to 1. Guy Fox 12 to 1. 14 to 1. Mousy on over. 18 to 1. Nichols in. 18 to 1. Stanton Street. 18 to 1. Sacharo and 22 to 1 along with the red. So let's have a look at this very open race. I want to scroll down right to the bottom where my first choice today in this race is this 4-year-old Jackpot, tonight's fight night. This horse has had some decent runs. They tried it over the longer distances, but he didn't shape because maybe they looked at the Jackpot might stay, but they're now bringing it back to it. They brought it to a 1200 meter on Scottsville last time out, and it ran a really forward race, ran a good race. It got run out of it by Times New Roman at the end, and yeah, I think again over today a distance drawn at 15. I'm not concerned about that. Some people don't like the outside draw on Scottsville, but there was a time in Scottsville if you were drawn on the outside, you could like go and stand in a queue, back the horse, wait for your money. But yeah, I do think this horse do show a lot of pace. And being a 4-year-old, I think this is the business for this race. But yeah, as they always, they are horses of chances. If we just quickly have a look there, let's have a look at the view of them. Um, just want to make a note here. Sacharo, that had a stable change, comes from Joburg. Didn't show a lot. It's drawn 14, but sometimes it pays to follow a horse that had a stable change. So maybe throw into the back end of your quartets. As I said, sometimes they say a change is as good as a holiday. So let's have a look at a few of the other horses. Number 11, Nichols in Kumeri, minutes minus 12.5. Already a 4-year-old, had 9 runs, but has run some decent races. Here you got Guru's Pride. Guru's Pride won the other day again on that big race day. So definitely 11 Nichols and in with a chance. Let's have a look at here's Sanctity, whatever the name is. Run well. Didn't have too good first 2 races, not too well. Last time out improved on the poly, but now back on the turf. We'll have to see, but include them back into your quartets. Here's number 7, Mousy and over. Also had a stable train now with Ashley Fortune. This horse has run two races beyond Walls of the Bronovic. Now, Walls of the Bronovic is not a bad horse. This horse showed pace. This was a small future, ran 8 lengths behind, and I think in this maiden play today, this horse is well bred. Manamu won a few races by Captain L twice over, very well bred, and I think Mousy and over today is going to run and improve rates, including all of your bets. Yes, the favorite, Impartial, also Michael Roberts, Moodley, draw 5, has run some good races, ran 4th behind Garianos in a future, and then back in the maiden, 23 to 10, ran 2.4 behind Spring High. Bump at the start, good pace, can definitely go in. Here we have number 4, Sugar and Spice, getting the minus 2.5. Also ran some decent races and can be involved in the finish. Number Fire on the Track, also include in back end of your quartets. Coop for Flute, these Coop the Grass, I think they're gonna train on by Winter Western Mare. Didn't run too bad on its debut in January. Now from a long race, but Marcus on board, definitely include in all your bets. So let's now move on to race number 5, which is a merit rated 78 handicap as a class D and an average merit rating of 73. Let's have a look at the betting here. Race 5, number 3, Just a Guy Thing 9 to 2, Washington Square 11 to 2, Alfonso Pagoni 8 to 1, Quant Monster 8 to 1, Hey Boy 8 to 1, Captain Opie 8 to 1, Constantine 9 to 1, Elegant General 14 to 1, Great Dictator 14 to 1, 14 Horse Horsey 16 to 1, 18 to 1 Watts 7 and longer. So let's have a look at a few of these races. I want to scroll down to the bottom. I want to start here from the bottom up. Now, guys, the horse I'm talking about now is a horse Harshey. I followed this horse. I think this is a super mare. She's only won 3 races, 8 seconds. But if you look at the class that she's run against, Carlita, Dame Commander, Sir Carle, Bracine, um, and I do think that this horse today is run against. If you look at the merit rated here, class B, B, C, B, has run against stronger horses than she's meeting here. Never mind, she's coming from Fairview. I've seen a lot of horses from Fairview, and I'm sure that horse Arcee will go close to give Jared Ruck today his first win. And it's getting -4. It's 16-1. Imagine if this horse come into the pick 6, what it will do for the pick 6. So number 14, horse RACEHORSE is actually horse REC. I think in with a huge chance today in this field. Then Captain OP, it's a young 3-year-old, only had a few runs. Pippi by Grace in, Muzieni. Now this horse did run beating Gorillas. Gary Hollis has won on to go on to two future races and placed in another one. Then it ran behind Tempting Fate, where it faded over the last. It says changed leg, so you can ignore that. And last time out on July Day, ran in the future behind Winter Stories. I do think Captain OP today, running in this handicap, is going to run a huge race. Definitely include in all your bets. Then let's go up. I want to move up a little bit. Here we have number 12, Washington Square. Also 6-year-old, but also getting -2.5. Has been running there in bouts. Course and distance free run. 1 win, a second, and a third. So 12, Washington Square. Definitely a dangerous horse. It's a year it ran behind Windy Flight. Windy Flight, no slouch. Wolfgang, no slouch. Charlie Fox, no slouch. Jim Cutter under less than a length. So I think number 12, Washington Square, also outside of a huge chance, currently in the betting at 11-2, second favorite. So let's move up a little bit and see, move up here. And I want to get to number 3, Just a Guy thing. Now, Just a Guy thing, Warren Kennedy drawn free, 1,000 meters. Has also run against some little bit stronger opposition. It's meeting in this race. The average merit rating in this race is 73. So it has run against 82s, 81s. No, so definitely a worthy favorite, can go in, definitely in with a chance. So let us now move on to race number 6. Number 6 is Phyllis and Mears handicap 68 over 1950, class E, average merit rating 60. Here we have the betting Waterfall 19-10, Queen's Plain 53-10, Chic Storm 15-2, Purple and Gold 10-1, Clara 10-1, Arctic Princess 11-1, Masters Beauty 14-1, Skya 15-1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look here at the betting. I think this number 2, Waterfall today, in with a huge chance. If Anton Marcus can, put up one of his big rides, this horse can go close in winning this race. This horse has run over various of distances, has run over the 2,000 meters behind Joy Mashisha, and then ran over the 2,000 meters on the poly behind Mythos. So can do the distance and drawn 2, well drawn, and I think definitely number 2, Waterfall, in with a big chance, especially with Anton Marcus on board. Then let's have a look at some other horses in this race. Here we have number 12, Queen's Plain. Queen's Plain lost against Purple Gold the other day, but now on the weight turnarounds, definitely have the beating of Purple and Gold. So I do think that also needs to be included. Then let's go to number 8, Artie Princess. It's from the Glen Cotson stable. This horse also has run some, won a maiden and then battled a little bit, but now the run before starts showing signs that are coming back. Hasn't got run the distance, but I think the mare being by Al Mufti, that this horse can improve over this distance, definitely in with a small chance. Then also number 11, um, Clara La Lewitson, but drawn 11. That's a bit wide. But also one over this course and distance, 1950, beating Arrow's Mark at 20-1, a few runs back in February, and has run behind Joy Machia, Purple and Gold, and then last time faded behind Superfluke. So maybe definitely a horse that can be placed. But all in all, I think for the pick six purposes, 2 and 12 should go in here. Let's look at race number 7. Class C, average merit rating 81. It's a merit rating 88 handicap over 1200 meters. Here we have number 4, Spring High 5-2, Trip to Africa 28-10. We Light the Fire 5-1, Kingston Rock 13-10, Wizardville 18-1, Immortal 15-1, 16-1, and longer the rest. So here we have number 1. Number 1 is Trip to Africa. Now this trippy also Marcus on board. Looks like Marcus can have a nice day having a few winners. This horse won its first race by 3 lengths, and then ran in a A division, didn't show. Then ran behind second, behind final team, winner too good, and then Andy hurt mouth, and then last time out over Scottsville. Won in a minute by beating by a length, but he ran on well, and one gets the impression that this horse can improve. It's first run back after a rest. So number 1, Trip to Africa, I think also in with a huge chance today. Let's have a look at some other horses. Number 3, Immortal. Immortal. Has run on this course and distance 3 runs, 1 win. Went to Kimberley and found himself back. Last time out ran an improved race behind Go Man Go. The jockey is a very good jockey. Justin Gates, one of those, better apprentices, drawn free, and I think can, over the shorter distance, can trouble the winners and can be there when the pictures are taken. And here's the favorite, number 4, Spring High. As I said over a lot of times before, I'm not a big favorite of horses running, winning straight after winning a maiden. So, but let's see what happens. If Captain OFP runs well and Iron Tail runs well, then I think that will improve this horse's chances. If they don't, then maybe if you bank at this, you might be in trouble. But the horse debut well, race course and distance, 1 run, 1 win. So I'm not saying horse has got a chance, but still only a 3-year-old running against some hard knockers. But it's only carrying 53, and that is a huge advantage. So definitely include in your pick 6. Let's have a look at some other horses. Number 6, Winter Chill, Golf Puller, Lyle Hewitson. This also has run against some better horses. If you have a look here, B, Class B. Now it's running in a Class C, 81. So it has run against some better position yet, further behind at Altissima. So definitely a horse that you need to include in all your play. Lyle Hewitson, a very good jockey. So number 6, Winter Chill, in with a chance. Another Golf Puller runner I see. So then, yes, we light your fire. We light the fire, not your fire, the fire. Musieni. Also, they did run 2 wins and then ran behind Celtic Voyager. Celtic Voyager has won again on Gold Cup Day. So we light the fire also a horse, if you can afford it, that you might want to include into your betting. Then we go to race number 8, merit rated 79 handicap. Class C, average merit rating 75. Let's have a look at the betting. Before we look at race number 7, I just wanted to look at this. Now, I spoke about Meerkat Online. Now, Meerkat Online is online auctions. They also do cattle and wildlife auctions, and they're now having their first online horse sale. But they're doing it different. They're going to have a fractional racehorse ownership auction in South Africa. Now, what that means is that they will be able to auction a percentage of a horse. So let's say a owner or a trainer wants to sell, say, 20 or 30% of a horse, then that percentages will be listed on the auction, and you will be able to bid to buy a percentage, the minimum percentage being 10%. So there will be, for instance, let's say 50% on a certain horse that is available, then it will be lot 1A 10%, lot 1B 10%, and lot 1C 10%. So you won't auction the 50% to one person. We'll auction 10% at 3 different lots. You can bid on all 3, or you can just buy one. So the Meerkat online system is such that they are able to sell a percentage at a racehorse starting from 10%. You will now be able to be a part owner by buying and owning a percentage share in a racehorse. If you have a desire to also be a racehorse owner and want to be on our contact list, just WhatsApp 0612310193, reference ownership. Should you be a racehorse owner or trainer and you got the share that you want to sell in a racehorse, then WhatsApp us on the same number and just your reference shall sell share. Thank you for your patience in let us tell you more about Meerkat online auctions. So let's now move to race number 8. Here we have number 3, Theravada 33 to 10, Brilliant Disguise 9 to 2, Just for the Penny 11 to 2, Backpacker 9 to 1, Tommy Grant 9 to 1, Rockcliffe 12 to 1, Living Waters 12 to 1, and Longer the rest. So let's have a look at the betting ahead of form. Here we have Carbon Fire, drawn form, getting -4, include in the back ends of your quartets. I want to go down to number, here we have number 3, Theravada, the favorite, comes from Joburg. It's an ex-Woodruff horse. Jeff Woodruff being relocated to Durban, to Cape Town. So this horse now landed up with Dennis Bosch, Anton Marcus on board. This horse won quite well last time out, in a lesser division, now up in a division. So we'll have to wait and see. But it has run some decent races, but also not so decent races. So definitely not a type of horse I'll be running to the bookmaker to put my money on. There are other horses with chances. Let's have a look at him. I want to go down to number 7, Just for the Penny, just as well. This horse has competed in B divisions behind Williams Land, A division behind Viva Rio, Padre Pew, who found itself in July. So this horse, I would think today, down in class, getting the -2.5. I think number 7, Just for the Penny, definitely a huge runner in this field. Currently betting at 11 to 2. In the stablemate Tommy Grant, I think, is also in with a huge chance today. Tommy Grant, Lyle Hewitson riding draw 8, has also competed like year 103 behind Gigi's Dynasty. Cat's Daddy also competed in a much higher class, now down in class today, definitely in with a huge chance. Also number 9, Brilliant Disguise, also have a big chance. Muzieni from draw 9 has also run against some decent opposition earlier, and I do think number 9, Brilliant Disguise, won 3 races back, definitely in with a chance. Also another horse with a chance that I want to look at is number 5, Rockcliffe. T. Gordon riding from draw 5, also has run a few nice races. Definitely a horse to include in the back end and of your quartets and all your plays. So that is race number 8. Let's now move on to race number 9. Before I go, I just saw this horse. I want to quickly talk about this horse. Number 14, Living Waters. This horse is drawn 14. Warren Kennedy rides it, but my suggestion is that if you can afford it, include this horse in your pick 6. It is a wily horse. Has only had a few runs, and he can only approve. He has won on Scottsville course and distance in maiden. So definitely a horse that you maybe want to put in the back end of your quartets. Are in with a chance, and maybe if you can afford it, put it into your pick 6. Then we have 1600 meters, race 9, Bright Future Maiden Plate over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. And here we have a short price favorite, and I'm sure A lot of people are going to bank this horse today. We'll look at the form just now. State of Mind 11-2, Blue Winter 5-1, Layla's Rose 8-1, Snatch 10-1, 12-1, Wichita 12-1, Cupid, Eager Duchess 20-1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look at race number 9. I want to go down to the favorites first. Here we have number 10, State of Mind. And, you know, this is a 69 meter. Unfortunately, the horse is drawn 10. But this horse debuted in a future race behind Karaluma. Karaluma is no donkey, runs very, very well. Then last time out in a 1600 Gravel, also drawn 19 of 13, ran on, but I say distressed. But she ran on, but you know, only on a 26.4, third fastest. And that's the one thing that will put me off in bankering this horse is that you know this horse ran on, but it wasn't like, I mean, it was flying and draw 10, so that makes it difficult to buy to banker this horse. And I do think there are other horses that can probably maybe beat it. Let's have a look at him. Number 12, Blue Winters, is a 6-year-old mare, but has only had 6 runs. Has had long race, you know, in between, and then last time out ran second behind the elusive current. Talent riding, but also from 12 can definitely be involved in the finish. Then here we have got number 14, Layla's Rose. Another filly coming from PE, but Jared Ruck has managed to score the services of Anton Marcus from draw 14. And if I have a horse drawn 14 at Gravel 1600 meter, if there's one jockey I would like to have up on the horse, would be Anton Marcus. This horse has shown some fair form, ran second to Granadilla. Granadilla ran the other day, ran in the future, and I did see he didn't run last from PE, Granadilla also from PE. So, and last time out, this horse didn't run too bad behind Run Flawless Run, so maybe this can also be a surprise. This flying filly was quite a good filly at the time. So this horse, the patch, I mean, he won future races overseas. So the breeding is there. So maybe Layla's horse can be a surprise in the last race. Then also, you know, I want to go up to number 1, the best drawn horse in this field, with Cheetah by Keegan Nemeda, drawn 1. This horse has run some decent races. You know, Scottsville 1600 ran second behind Irish Pearl because of the draw, and definitely a horse that I would include in my pick 6 today if you're not looking to bank at the favorite. So all in all, then that brings us to the end of this preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction. And as I always say, break a leg.